Hi, my name is Chavez. I'm an attorney in Los Angeles, California. I have an office in Beverly Hills. My practice encompasses most of Southern California, the 4 major counties. I want to talk to you a little bit today about drug charges. Drug charges are part of what I call the tripartite system of our law. We have 3 aspects of law, three criminal aspects that people get involved in accidentally. Drugs are one of them. The other 2 are DUI and domestic violence, which I've talked about in other videos. But in drug charges, because California's laws are a mishmash of undecipherable rules from county to county, from city to city, that are really hard to understand, especially when it comes to marijuana. Other drugs, not so much, but when it comes to marijuana, sometimes it's really hard to understand what one city is doing versus another city. So it helps to have an attorney who understands this. And in one city it might be totally legal, another city it might not be as legal. And if one county versus another county, the different prosecutorial systems, you're going to suffer worse punishments because of the approach of the sheriff or the DA or the city attorney who's handling your case. So that's something that needs to be understood. You might not be a criminal in one city, but you're going to, the next county over, yeah, you are going to be a criminal, and you'll be treated as such. And so that's where the accidental criminal comes into play most often. And so it's really important that you understand that when you need an attorney in that situation, you need an attorney that understands that crossover effect. And the important thing about drugs, especially about when it comes to marijuana, and even some aspects of the other drugs, is that you can either be charged with a misdemeanor or with a felony. And the misdemeanor or felony will determine the level of sentence, the type of sentencing that will take place, and the type of the way that the sentence might hang on you for a while. There are drug registration courts where you'll have to actually go back and sit down with the judge on a regular basis. There's some courts where you won't have to do that. So that all depends on exactly where you're arrested and who handles your case. And that's why it's important that your attorney understand that, because you can't have a cookie-cutter attorney in that case. An attorney who approaches something the way they do it in Gardena versus the way they do it in Ventura versus the way they do it in Orange County is going to really, not give you the full treatment of the law that you deserve and that you should expect for yourself. So I always approach that from a point of view that I need to know exactly what you want. It's important to remember that the goal of your case is important for you, that you pick it and you tell me what you want, and then I find the strategy to bring that about. I'm very frank, I'm very honest about it. When I bring that to you, I bring you to you and tell you, this is exactly what I can get for you. Is that going to be what you want? Because if you don't want that, we have to talk about exactly what the other outcomes are. In other words, if the DA comes to me and says, hey, I want them to serve 90 days in jail for this and do a year of Narcotics Anonymous meetings because they violated this particular law, and you're not comfortable with doing 90 days, I have to know what the DA is going to want. So I have to take that to the DA and say, you know what, we need to talk about this 90 days. What can we do that's better? I come from a background of dealing in mediation. I was a mediator long before I was an attorney, and that negotiating style that I got through my mediation experience, from the vast amount of different negotiating styles I saw as a mediator, has given me the experience to be able to deal with DAs on a one-on-one basis. And I can't promise you, I'm not going to make any guarantees on any outcomes, but I know that I am able to speak with a DA, having worked in the DA's office, in the Los Angeles District Attorney's office, to be able to speak to them as though I know exactly what it is that they're trying to achieve. They need to protect their record. They want to get convictions. I need to protect my client. I want to prevent a conviction. So we might come to loggerheads, but we come to a loggerhead that's going to be the best outcome for you as my client.